We felt from where we've been defensively over the past few weeks, we let our standards drop in certain parts of the game. On Friday night, I spent a little bit of time, looking at that and training around it, and hopefully, we're in a good, positive frame of mind to fix that up this week.
It's been confirmed that Trent will captain the side. What qualities do you see in Trent's game that make him the choice?
Yeah, well, since I've been here, really, his leadership's been outstanding. I think he's a guy that, when you look around the team, if there's anybody that you want in the trenches with you at the moment, it's Trent. He's a vastly experienced player. And while he won't be a captain in the way probably a typical halfback will be a captain in calling the shots, he's very much a guy who we know will lead by our actions and the actions that we want to see, from most of our players. I think at the moment he's been churning out some quality performances, big minutes, and showed a great desire and hunger to be at the forefront of a resurgence from ourselves.
He's clearly shown in games this year how passionate he is about the Rhinos. Do you think he'll be able to channel that into firing up the rest of the boys?
Yeah, I think well, when we spoke to him, his reaction is probably all important. His desire. I'll use his words, and let's get this club back to where it belongs. And I think that shows, his desire, his passion, and his ability really to lead these men.
Looking to the game, obviously two new signings for the club this week, Shaun, Lunt and Robert Lou. Will they be both involved on Sunday?
Yeah, they're both involved this weekend. It's probably been fairly well documented that we've been on the lookout and trying to get some scope to increase the strength and depth of our halfbacks. Obviously, there's been a lot of names mentioned and speculated in the press. Robert's agent were over here a couple of weeks. I think probably some conjecture about him joining OKR next year, but the changing circumstances there probably put paid to that. And I think when we're looking at the fact he's out of contract, Salford. Salford were very keen on obviously doing a deal to get Tui in there as a like-for-like swap. So, where we're at the moment, we felt that Rob would be a terrific fit for us moving forward in terms of the qualities that we feel we need in our team right now and that we've been missing. So, at the same time, a big thank you to Tui for his efforts. He's been great amongst us. He's a terrific player, and we absolutely wish him all the best and the success. We'll come and get him later on this year when we play Salford up at Headingley, and he goes with our absolute sort of best wishes and thank yous. And we feel that Robert, is a different style of halfback to what Tui is, and probably more of a style of halfback that will certainly help our team, where it is at this moment in time.
Having watched them train a couple of times, both players really slotted straight into what our side looks like. Yeah,
I think it's probably important to mention that they're both vastly experienced players. So even sort of Rob coming in a halfback role with a new team and 2 sessions, a lot of principles and style of play are very, very similar between sides. And I think the way he's slotted in is immediately talking up, striking up combinations with our other players within the spine. I think he certainly give the whole team and organisation a boost this week.
Looking at the squad wise, Jamie Jones Buchanan isn't far off making his return. What are we looking like on the rest of the injury front?
Jamie's back in full training this week. So is Nathan Petru. So we'd expect both them players to sort of be in contention for a spot for the Castleford game next week, which again is a welcome return. Obviously, Shaun Lunt will come into contention, and probably on Matty Parcells too. A guy that has given great service and been fantastic for me. And again, we wish Matt well. I guess we'll be seeing him again in a couple of weeks. And thanks very much for his efforts and endeavours. He's a great guy and a super player. Shaun will certainly give us some experience and a guy that we know can deliver the ball well to the halfbacks when they want it. And his experience around the ruck and in pressure situations, we think is something that'll definitely help us.
Catalans have had a couple of tough results recently. Does that make them a even more dangerous animal?
Yeah, I think so. I think, at the moment with the way the tightness of the table, they'll obviously want to get back on track and keep in contention for those top 4 or 5 spots. But again, it's down to us. We said last week that we feel we'll be the people and the team that decides where we finish this year, and we're very much determined to get our best performance out this week. And obviously Catalan will be very much the same given their respective league positions. But yeah, we're expecting a tough game.
The club have also confirmed that Kallum Watkins has played his last game for the club now. He's headed over to Australia. He goes with everyone's best wishes.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that he didn't get an opportunity to farewell the fans at Headingley on Sunday. But the June 30 deadline in the NRL and the timelines, from a bureaucratic sense, really made it a little bit too difficult to sort of get past it this week. So Kallum, again, goes with our best wishes. The service and the quality of service that is given to the club, will never ever be disputed or forgotten.